Welcome back, listeners. Once again, I'm the tale's keeper. Tonight's file comes from Japan, and it's about a woman whose beauty is never accidental, a presence that appears gentle, welcoming, and warm, until the moment you realize you've already stepped into her web. Before we continue, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss what comes next. Now, let us continue. Act 1. The Woman at the Roadside Inn. Jorōgumo stories often begin with a traveler, a man walking alone at dusk, tired, hungry, looking for shelter before night fully settles in. He comes across a quiet roadside home or small inn glowing softly in the dark. A woman greets him. She is beautiful, composed, and kind. Her voice is calm. Her movements are graceful. She offers food, music, or simply a place to rest. Something about her feels comforting, familiar, and that is the first mistake. Act 2. What Jorōgumo is. Jorōgumo means binding bride or entangling woman. In Japanese folklore, she is a yokai that appears as a beautiful woman, but is secretly a giant spider. She uses charm, hospitality, and music to lure men into her presence. Unlike violent monsters, Jorōgumo doesn't rush. She entertains. She listens. She waits until her victim feels safe. Only then does the trap close. She is not driven by rage. She is driven by hunger. Act 3. The Web You Don't See. Many stories emphasize that victims don't realize what's happening until it's too late. The man sits, eats, listens to music played on a shamisen or biwa. The atmosphere grows warm and dreamlike. Time feels slower. Then his body begins to feel heavy. His limbs won't respond the way they should. The room seems to tilt. The woman's smile changes just slightly. Invisible threads tighten around him. The web was there the moment he stepped inside. Act 4. First signs of her true nature. Jorōgumo rarely reveals herself immediately. Some victims notice shadows moving along the walls. Others glimpse long, jointed limbs reflected in water or lantern glass. A faint clicking sound echoes through the room. Sometimes the woman's neck moves wrong. Sometimes her eyes reflect light strangely. Sometimes her hands linger too long. By the time the man realizes something is wrong, escape is impossible. The door no longer opens. Act 5. The Transformation. When Jorōgumo reveals her true form, it is described with quiet horror. Her human body shifts, unfolding into something massive and unnatural. Long black spider legs emerge from behind her kimono. Silk threads fill the air. Her face often remains calm, even gentle. She doesn't scream. She doesn't snarl. She simply feeds. Some legends say she drains life slowly, savoring fear. Others say she keeps victims alive, suspended in silk, until she grows hungry again. Act 6. Why she targets men. Jorōgumo is not random in her choices. She targets lone travelers, isolated men, those driven by desire, curiosity, or loneliness. She exploits trust and attraction rather than force. In folklore, she represents the danger of unchecked desire, a warning about being consumed by temptation and illusion. Her beauty is the bait. Her kindness is the snare. Her web is patience. Act 7. Escaping the web. Most Jorōgumo stories do not end well. However, some legends speak of monks or onmyoji who recognize her true nature. They notice inconsistencies, strange behavior, a lingering spider motif. Through prayers, talismans, or divine intervention, they drive her away before she can feed. But these stories are rare. Most victims are never found. Only abandoned houses remain, draped in dust and silk. Act 8. What people remember after. People who survive encounters with Jorōgumo rarely speak of violence. They remember the warmth, The music, the way they felt welcome, and how quickly that feeling turned into paralysis. Jorōgumo remains terrifying not because she is monstrous, but because she is inviting. Thank you for watching this entry in the Dark Creature Files. Jorōgumo remains one of Japan's most enduring yokai, a reminder that some dangers don't chase you. They invite you inside. Stay alert. Be careful who you trust, and I will see you in the next file.